Sagan.
What's up, everybody? This is once again another edition of Bill Mack's Weird News. Bill Mack here, your host. Thanks for checking out the video. Got some weird news. Anytime there's weird news to be reported, I will be the guy here to report it to you. Because anywhere in the world, no matter what language you are, no matter where you live, there's always going to be dumb and stupid news and weird news and weird and dumb stupid criminals out there, and I make sure to get it to you. So we got a good batch of stories here to give you guys out today. We'll jump right into it. Interesting Facebook post here. There's police in Colorado. The title of the story, which I created Huffington Post U.S. edition for these stories. The question was in this Facebook post, did you leave this cocaine at the grocery store? Because police want to help. So, a weird Facebook posting here. The story says, police in Aspen, Colorado were hoping to sniff out the person who left a bag of cocaine at an Aspen grocery store. It says that the tiny bag of powder was found July 5th on a self-checkout register at an unnamed grocery store. And they explained it on the post as much as they could. It said in a tongue-in-cheek, as opposed to a nose on mirror Facebook post. I get it. Cocaine, nose, mirror. Why? So very funny analogy. It says, have you ever returned from the grocery store and you emptied out your bags and you just find out that something didn't quite come home with you? You know, I know we all have done that, you know. Go to the grocery store and then something just wasn't in your bag that you know was in there when you left. Well, we often come back from the office only to find 11 donuts. Surely it was supposed to be a dozen, either that or that the delivery driver took out his payment in one of those sweet, sticky goodness donuts. Well, today it says that a customer at a local grocery store found a customer, at a local grocery store found out that a person before them in the checkout lane, self-checkout lane, had actually left an entire bag behind. Now, it says, granted, it was a really small bag, but note that the scale couldn't ever weigh it. And we're pretty sure that they didn't buy it at this grocery store, because who sells cocaine at the grocery store? I mean, if it does, I don't want to go to that grocery store. But it says that even so, the owner of the said bag probably really didn't mean to leave behind. Well, who does? Who often leaves your... When do you tend to take your cocaine with you and mean to leave it somewhere? I mean, you don't. You're going to take it. You're going to use it. You're not going to leave it by accident anywhere. It says that the cost of the white powdery substance these days, probably somebody got home and spent the next 15 minutes going through their pockets over and over, trying to think about, okay, where did I leave my cocaine? Okay, where did I put it at? I know I had it here somewhere. I know I had it with me when I went out. Where did I possibly left it at? You know, but it says that now we really try to take care of the lost and found property like it is our own, putting a lot of effort into returning iPhones, wallets, passports, etc. But if this is your property, we're going to leave it up to you to come and collect it. And it says that, and this was the post, that was the actual post. Someone wrote on, the police wrote on there. And the bad thing is, despite the fact that it was being shared on Facebook more than 800 times, nobody ultimately showed up to claim their lost blows. So, just somebody's going to be without a little bit of crack for their little party tonight, or a little sniff today, or whatever the case may be. But I just find it funny that somebody would actually be stupid enough to leave a tiny bag of crack or cocaine in the self-checkout line. Two is the fact that the police are handling it the way that they did. Instead of going out, you know, they were just making it like a joke. So it's kind of funny story there that you're leaving your cocaine at the grocery store, you know. But it's a good thing the police are helpful and they're willing to help out, even through the social media itself. So you see, Facebook can be helpful in some points as well. Even the police use it. Just as I was telling you folks here, here's my each edition. I always have a Pokemon Go story, and as long as there's Pokemon Go stupidness going on, weirdness going on, dumbness going on, I'm going to bring it to you. It says that a wanted man was caught while playing Pokemon Go outside the police station. Of all places. The police chief said, unquoted, I think he was more upset that he had to stop playing. So that's just weird. How does that happen? How do you get to where you're playing Pokemon Go and you're outside the police station? But it says that a Pokemon Go player was trying to catch them all, but ended up getting caught by police. It says that William Wilcox was arrested Thursday morning for an outstanding arrest warrant after police in Michigan saw him playing Pokemon Go outside of the station, which is also a Pokemon gym. So he's playing Pokemon Go outside the police station. What a way to go. It says that the police chief here was quoted as saying, he made our job much easier for us that day. It said that the officer said that the 24-year-old Wilcox was in pajama pants, standing near a flagpole when they recognized him, thanks to a rap sheet that includes a 2014 conviction for receiving stolen property and stuff. So, okay, you're playing Pokemon, I told you, and numerous times can lead you into weird things, and weird things have happened. I've given you stories, 2 or 3 different stories on Pokemon Go. People have been led here and there, but to actually be led outside of the police department. Think in your mind, folks, when you're going to play Pokemon Go, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, if you've got arrest warrants, try to be careful not to go by the police station unless you're ready to be caught, because instead of you catching Pokemons, the police are going to catch you. So, you know, but it says that the officials checked records and discovered that Wilcox was wanted on a misdemeanor warrant for a failure to appear at a breaking and entering charge. So he didn't show up, and they were looking for him. And they didn't have to go too far. I mean, he came to them. I mean, when is it typical that you find a criminal that will find his way to the police after being wanted? But it says that Wilcox was taken into custody without incident right when he was trying to catch the character at the flagpole. Oh, now you know that must totally suck, because you're almost, because I've seen people play that game, and I'm just amazed at how far people will go in that the lengths in which they go. But to find out that you get this close to catching one, this close, and only to be caught by the police. Now, I know he was upset. And it was quoted as saying he either forgot that he had the warrant for his arrest, or he was just ignoring it, thinking nothing would happen. Now, again, these dumb criminals think these things, and I wouldn't put it past them at all to do this. But this is just what they thought he must have thought in his mind. And I think he just totally forgot. But people get so wrapped up in Pokemon Go that they're willing to forget everything and focus on it. But when you got that, just like I said before with the previous story, if you got Pokemon Go, make sure you think before you play. Think before you play, folks, or you end up like this dumb criminal here. And like I said, the police chief was quoted saying, I think he was more upset that he had to stop playing the game. So please, please, be careful. And another weird story here is, folks, I know we all sometimes get lonely. I know sometimes we all want that other significant other person in our lives and to be able to share time with and relax with and be with. And I can understand that totally, you know. And I know sometimes that going out on dates can be expensive and things can, you know, both men and women can have expensive taste. But I think this guy, our next dumb criminal here, weird news, went a little bit too far. Story reads that a burglary suspect found in bed with $5,000 lingerie store mannequin. Yes, you did hear me right. He was found in bed with a $5,000 lingerie store mannequin. And the quote is saying, it's nice to have a partner in crime. So, I mean, how weird is that to find taking, I mean, who gets that lonely that they want to take a mannequin? I mean, I've heard animals, I've heard weird objects, but you bring home a mannequin worth $5,000, a lingerie mannequin. That's like going to Victoria's Secret and saying, I think I like that mannequin, or she kind of fits the kind of desire I'm looking for, or she's the kind of fit that I want, and just taking her all out and going and finding her. So, very weird. Very weird. So, it says here, police in Nashville, of course. Gotta be down south. Now, I'm from the south myself, but stupid stuff like this sometimes happens down here. Said police in Nashville arrested a man Monday night after they caught him in bed with a stolen lingerie store mannequin. An assistant manager at the Hustler Hollywood store, Hustler, well, now we understand why, said that she saw the suspect, Christopher Wade, 55, flee with the mannequin just after midnight, according to the newspaper. The employee said that she argued with the suspect, who police say was intoxicated. Well, of course. You ain't going to get jacked up and high fueled to steal a mannequin after midnight unless you've had a little bit in you, a little bit of that magic juice in you to get you going, that courage drink to get you to kind of going and doing that. So they said the police said he was intoxicated, but she couldn't dissuade him from tossing the skimpy model in his truck, according to the TV station. So he's drunk, he's driving, and now he's got a partner with him that he loves so much that he just cannot leave her in the store. It said that the employee told police that the mannequin was worth $5,000, and that was not including the outfit included. So he was charged with theft of property. So he steals a high-priced mannequin with the kind of lingerie, and who only knows just how much that lingerie is, but if you don't want someone that bad, please don't go after the expensive mannequin, because that's just some bit of loving that you're not going to see. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do with it, which we all probably do know, but you just see that and you think, what was he thinking? But then he was intoxicated, he threw it in his truck. I mean, it's not like having some good night loving to a expensive mannequin for worth $5,000. So, you know, he was charged with theft of property. So, I mean, that's expensive. That's an expensive date he had that night. You know, so he got off more than what he bargained for and loaded up when he was drunk. So, very sad story. Up next, our story here is very interesting. People find and put things in weird places all the time when they're trying to hide things. You know, burglars, you know, they put it in their trunk, they put them in briefcases, they put them in bags, they put them everywhere. They always want to keep them out of, just so they can get as much as they can and get away with as much. But we see this upcoming story, X-ray technician finds family jewels in suspect's rear end. Ouch! I mean, come on. Who in their right mind is going to stuff jewels and stuff in their butthole? I mean, I would not want jewelry that bad. I'm sorry. There's just no way that stuff's going up my rear end. Not hiding, especially, now this isn't in the country, mind you. This is actually a dummy from another country. So, it says here, the story says, the caption reads, someone needs to get to the bottom of this. Ha ha ha. Very wise in that choosing to get to the bottom of this. It says that a suspected jewel thief in Turkey has been arrested after stolen rings or necklaces were found in his rectum during an X-ray exam, police said. It said that the suspect, identified as OA, was arrested after police investigating a break-in noticed his peculiar walk, according to the news site. So they're like, okay, we're going to invest this, but hey, that dude's acting kind of weird. He's walking kind of funny. Got to check this out here. So they decided to give him an X-ray. The 24-year-old was taken to the local hospital to be examined by an X-ray technician, according to the agency. It says that Technician found several objects in the suspect's rear end, including 2 gold rings, 4 gold earrings, and 2 gold necklaces. Now, imagine having all that up your butt. You know, I mean, that was hard going in, and it's going to be hard coming out. And, you know, that's just to me. It says that, in amazing coincidence, these objects belonged to the technician's family, according to a Turkish language site. Wow. He actually stole the items from the X-ray technician's family. How bit of oddness is that? Karma will always get you in the end. Caught that, didn't you? Karma will always bite you in the butt. Oh, there's another one. That's 2 to come out of that. So, you know, it kind of gets you in the rear in the ends. You know, it always bites you. But just imagine that. Thinking a technician takes it. And he's looking at this man's butt and realizes the stuff is his family stuff. So, you know, it said that the recovered jewelry was handed over to authorities, presumably after a good scrubbing. I should think so. I mean, who's going to want secondhand butt? Who's going to want secondhand butt juice all over your jewelry that's supposed to be yours or your family's? Who wants it back? It better get a good scrub. It says that police arrested the suspect. They believe that he was involved in 2 other robberies in the same neighborhood, and that a second suspect was believed to be an accomplice was also arrested. So he must have been the dude that's going to put it in the butt. No pun intended, I think, maybe. I mean, the guy's going to be another guy's going to jam it in there. I mean, wow, what kind of partner signs up for that job, you know? So he's like, hey, you want to rob this place? Yeah. Well, okay, well, I'm going to put it up my butt so the police won't find it. Okay, I'll tell you what, I want you to put it in for me. I'm going to be another, you put it in for me. Who's going to do that? That is so nasty. So, very, very sad situation going on here. Oh, and I've saved the crown jewel for last but not least, folks, for this edition of Bill Mack's Weird News. Man allegedly scans his penis at a supermarket checkout. As they say in the caption, welcome to the grocery store. Get it? Grocery store, grocery store. Of all the things you think to scan when you go to the grocery store and you're in the line to get, I mean, you can scan all kinds of things, you know, milk, cereal, potatoes, meat, you know, all these things, but whoever thought, gee, I think I'm going to scan my penis on the scanner to see how much I can get a value. I mean, were you trying to sell it? Were you trying to put it on clearance? Were you just trying to figure out how much you think it was a value since you couldn't value it anywhere else? Stupid. So we see here, get into the story. A man was arrested after he allegedly placed his penis onto a checkout scanner at a Seattle supermarket, according to the police. It says that Christian Fisher was charged with indecent exposure. Well, I think so. You whip that bad boy out, you better expect to have something the consequences of. You don't whip it out and something not happen. It says that according to the report that security guards were just beginning a shift at a quality food center and noticed that a female cashier was reacting to something that Fisher had put on the checkout scanner. So he's watching and he sees the cashier and she just, I imagine she just totally flips, because it's, how often are you in line that you see your somebody put her penis on the scanner? Not at all, folks. Not at all. And it says that when the guard walked over, he saw the man's penis resting on top of the scanner. It's just laying there. He's just there for, I mean, I don't know if he just got tired of holding it, but he laid it down there, and it says that the quote, the suspect was laughing and didn't make any attempts to stow away his blatantly exposed genitalia. So he thought it was funny. He thought it was so funny that he, he just sat there. But can you imagine being in line behind him? He whips it out. It's sitting on the register. He's kind of back with his hands folded like this and just laughing. Just laughing. Who does that? I mean, that is so weird. I mean, I think something's wrong with him. I don't know. He didn't say that it was, but I mean, to do that, you have to pretty much on something to whip it out and put it on the scanner. It says that the cashier corroborated a story saying she was disturbed and alarmed by the man's actions. And who wouldn't be? I mean, that's a shock for her to see him whip it out, and put it there. It says that he returned to the stores hours later, got into a physical confrontation with employees, and then was turned back by the threat of pepper spray, the report noted. He was later spotted by cops sleeping a block away, and he was apprehended. So, folks, please keep your genitalia, please keep your private body parts within your clothes when you go into the store. And there's no barcodes there. Whether it's big, small, fat, short, tall, whether they match, different sizes, whatever the case may be, keep your genitalia and your body parts in your pants. Nobody wants to see them, and if you don't have someone, that's tough, but it's not funny to other people because nobody's going to want to scan their food on that after you've laid your wiener on top of it. So, but that's why there's always weird news out there. There's weird people out there, and as long as there's weird people, there's going to be weird news. So, I hope you all enjoyed my stories. Please drop a like on this video. Please sub for more content to my page. And I appreciate it, everyone. Check out, if you want to, my friend Brandon's YouTube page. He's got a lot of stuff on his channel. A lot of political news in general. He has a variety. He has his own YouTube show on there, and a lot of philosophy stuff. So if you want, feel free to drop in on him and give him a sub. So, but until next time, and there's more dumb stuff to be reported. I'll be there to bring it to you. And once again, folks, each one of you take care. And until next time, everyone, have a good time.